be able to talk quickly and easily and comfortably about your business. So if someone comes up to me, for instance, and says, "Hey, what are you doing now?" I want to talk about the things that I'm doing with the same excitement and passion that I had when I got started initially, even if there may be some challenges happening along the way for me. So you're your best salesperson, but people won't know what you're doing unless you're telling them. And you don't have to necessarily sell people on what you do if you're excited about it. If you're excited, your enthusiasm to me will kind of connect or bring people to you. Um, I think there was just a few other things that I wanted to share about before you get started. Things you should know is that the process isn't easy. I think that was kind of the last comments that I put about it. So for some, it has happened quickly, but as quickly as it can get started, you may begin to experience bumps in the road. It might start off slow and then build up. So everybody's experience is different, and that's okay. I wouldn't put a lot of pressure on yourself individually to say, "Oh, I need to have a contract by a certain." Yes. Hi, Brian. Hi, Eric. So I wouldn't put a lot of pressure on yourself in the sense of, "Oh, I need to have a contract in 30 days. I do believe you can get one. Um, but we'll talk about that in another video. But you want to set realistic expectation as to what's happening in the area that you're in. I think that that's a factor that you can't change unless you're going to recruit or do healthcare staffing in multiple areas. So you want to be realistic to say, "Hey, am I in a major metropolitan city? Am I in a suburban area or a rural area?" And then kind of set your goals from there. And one of your goals could very well be that in this area, healthcare staffing isn't as popular or it's saturated. I'm going to use going into the next city or next town or state as one of my goals in expanding my business so that I can actually get the types of contracts that I'm looking for. Some other things to think about as well before you get started include kind of determining what additional support you need along the way. And when I speak about support, I'm not necessarily talking about like an individual person supporting you, which is important, like staff support, like internal staff support, that's important. But more of, are you going to run your payroll yourself? Are you going to do your own marketing? Are you going to do your own business cards? Will you also be doing human resources? Is it realistic for you to be the daytime person and then answer the phone at night? So those are things that you want to consider out as far as resources, and put those things in place prior to getting started. Whether it's, "Hey, I'll do the phones in the morning," and then hire somebody to handle, call outs and things of that nature. Remember, we're in a 24-hour business. As well, you want to take into consideration if there's a person that you're going to put in place, the cost involved with paying that person. Payroll financing can be a huge hurdle for many of us since we're small, but if you plan it out right, you can definitely manage it and or overcome it if it becomes a problem. And my take, which is many people's take, is kind of having the open mindedness and willingness to go to work yourself. If there's instances that require that you go to work, I know there's a few of us on here who have done it. Be willing to do that. Be flexible to do that. Set your business up where you can do that if it was required. And if it was maybe something you did temporary to put your business in a certain place, most entrepreneurs work their business, and we have the great benefit of being able to actually work a business that the most of us already do. Many of us who are healthcare professionals, nurses, so on and so forth, even if you haven't worked the floor, and I'm specifically because most of us are doing contracts where people are working in a clinical floor setting. You can't always go back to the floor. It might take you some time to get reacclimated, but that's a definite benefit of owning your healthcare staffing agency, is that if you needed to, you could go out there and fill in or whatever the case may be. And I only speak about this in instances where maybe it's a new contract, or if it's a call out or something like that. but not necessarily an everyday thing unless that's how you structure your business. And then the other thing to let you guys know is that everybody structures their business differently. So my outcomes look based on how my business is set up and structured. And I'm not talking in the sense of if I'm an LLC or an S corp, as much as the operational side of my business. So I'm involved with the day-to-day operations. So the outcomes for it looks like that. I'm not necessarily working a full-time separate job and building the business versus somebody who is actively involved. So I'm taking calls, I'm talking to people about contracts and other things like that. So I'm semi working the business in the way that I don't work anything else. So I'm semi there, guys. Not 100%, but that's a goal of ours. That's a goal of ours to be 100%. And we hope to be there this year, actually, where it's 100% for both of us, which is good. So some other things. If you guys have any other tips that you want to share with some of the group members about what you should know before you get started, definitely feel free. And one last tip, and then I'm gonna let you guys know about what's coming up, as well as let you go, is that your attitude plays such a pivotal role in your outcomes. And I realize this more and more every day, how I see a situation or anticipate it has the ultimate outcome for me. And that's something people have to learn. And hi, Angela. And it makes a huge difference, because if you kind of go into a marketing situation, or if you go into a situation where you're trying to sell the business and you let your nerves or your thoughts or your expectations get the best of you, you might not get the outcome that you're looking for. But if you go in saying, oh, yeah, I have the best nurse staffing agency here in wherever land, and I'm going to get this contract, that kind of comes off totally different than if you feel like, oh, well, my agency only started a month ago. I don't have any clients. I don't have any contracts. It's just me. I'm figuring it out. There's a lot of things I don't know. And I know all this because those things have gone in my head as well. That's going to be a different experience as well. So definitely take that into consideration and do whatever works to kind of help you psych yourself out. But the main thing is, a lot of the things that we have in place within ourselves is already all that we need to sell our agency. It's not a hard sell. And I've known a couple of group members that have had that experience, because you are the industry. You're the nurse. You're the nurse practitioner, the physician's assistant, the LPN, the RN, the CNA. So when you speak about healthcare, you're speaking about a place that you know and that you're familiar with, and that you're comfortable with as well. So as always, I end up having to do 2 videos. So if you want to comment on either one, feel free to do so. As well, catch us out in the replay, #replay. So I just wanted to recap from Thursday's video. I didn't get a chance to jump online and chat with you guys, but I wanted to do it today. As always, check out our event sections. We got a couple of fun events coming up. We have Kamana Health talking to us a little bit about their products and services, and that'll be next Sunday. And I'll post it on the events tonight. And also a few other things. There'll be a couple of other events coming through, and I'm planning another meetup here on the East Coast. And we will also have some other stuff towards the end of the year happening. If you want to host a meetup in your area, let me know. I will definitely share it with the rest of the group members. I think it's a great idea. I shared some other ways that people can meet up, whether it's a networking breakfast or a meetup at Starbucks. Depending on what's going on in your area, you can set up the meetup however it looks. Let me know. I'll share it with the group. And if I can come through, I will definitely come through and support. It's a great way to connect and network with other people in your area, as well as find out what's happening in your area. And it's also a great business opportunity. And if you do decide to plan a meetup or a network breakfast, you don't have to just involve the group members, I would expand it out to other groups. There are a lot of home care groups out there. There's a lot of marketing and all types of groups that are specific to an area or specific to business topic. So I would do that, as well as maybe look into posting it onto meetup.com. So that's that. So as well, chat. So I know there are a few group members here who are part of the chats. Chats will be going away next week. Not sure why. So if you want to connect with some of the people in the groups or in the chats, please go ahead and reach out to them now. I believe it's August 22nd that all the chats will go away. From my understanding, they'll actually still be able to be viewed, but you won't be able to post anything to other group members. And I'm going to work on a way to kind of figure out a way where we can connect with each other, because I like chats for the group, but as far as I know, they're not replacing it with anything else. As always, I hope you guys have a wonderful week and make the best of this week. If you have any goals you want to share with the group, or have any questions you want to share with the group, definitely feel free to post as well. As always, I will be online tonight, so if you have any comments or questions, go ahead and reach out to me, or you can always check in with me through messaging. As well, if you guys have any topic ideas. So a lot of the topics that I get are from you guys. You guys are my you guys are what I use to come up with the topics. So what you guys post about is really how I create the topics. So if you have any specific topics that you want me to cover, or other group members to cover, feel free to inbox me or post it onto the group, and then that way I'll create the live around it. So I want the group to be beneficial to you guys as well as myself. So the more ideas and things that you want to see within the group, you share it, I'll share it, we'll keep it moving. As always, have a wonderful week, and I will be chatting with you soon.